Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a while since our last video, conversations with my wife. This is my wife, Bridget, over here.
Hey everybody.
So, brand new topic today. We're actually on our way to Maine for our first family road trip. Yes, we're going to Kennebunkport, Maine. It should be a fun day. We hope to have some nice little lobster and just enjoy. It's beautiful. It's 82 outside. But today's topic is on parenthood. Parenthood, yes. Why? Because we are brand new parents and we're excited. And our baby is back there, and she's asleep, enjoying her ride. She loves being in the car. But anyways, the topic today is on parenthood. So, Bridget, I want to ask you a couple of things.
Sure.
Number one, is it as you expected, parenthood? What's the thing that you enjoy the most? What's the thing that you least enjoy of being a parent? Now, we've been parents for what, a week and... a month and 3 weeks?
Yeah, so 6.5 weeks.
Okay.
6.5 weeks. Let's see. Is it what I expected? Yeah, I think I've been around a lot of babies, little cousins and nieces and nephews, so I knew how much work that they are. So in terms of how hard it is in taking care of the baby, and also how much joy she brings, I think that's what I expected. The recovery for me and kind of adjusting to being home with the baby after giving birth was harder than I thought it would be. So that part, I didn't really have many expectations. I didn't really think about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that part, I was a little surprised by. And then, what do I like the most?
Mm-hmm.
I love, it kind of sounds weird because like my thing that the hardest and that I love the most is when she wakes up in the middle of the night, or usually the middle of the night or early morning. Could be 1 a.m. or 5 a.m. and I wake up and she's crying. It's usually not too bad. It's usually just a little cry, and I go in her room. Yeah, like that. And she just looks so cute in her little bassinet, and when I pick her up, she immediately calms down and she is just so snuggly, and she's so excited to see me, and I feed her, and that part makes me feel like I'm really taking care of her. And she always looks really cute when she's eating, and right after she's eating she's very relaxed and she likes to rock a little bit and go back to sleep. So even though it's hard to get up, it feels really good once I'm up and taking care of her.
Good. Any particular questions for me?
Yes. Same questions.
Same questions. My expectation, honestly, I thought it was gonna be, at this point, I thought it was gonna be a little harder, but it is hard. You know, my perception of all these people always talk about you lose your sleep, goodbye sleep, blah 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 blah. I always thought that was like a fallacy. I was like, oh, these people are weak, whatever. No, it's true. I can confirm it's true. You do say goodbye to your sleep, basically, but it's joy, you know, because you're taking care of somebody else, and that makes you feel that you're doing something for a specific reason. So the thing that I least like is when the baby cries, because you're trying to figure out why the baby's crying. First of all, you don't like to hear the baby cry. You know, they cry for, you know, certain things, and sometimes you can figure out, oh, well, they need diaper change or they're hungry, but sometimes you can't. You know, can't really know if they have a stomach ache or too much light or whatever it is. But that's the least part that I like. The part that I like the most is just holding her and being able to carry her, go places with her, show her off to your friends and family. Being able to see her crack a smile, which right now she doesn't do much, but what she does is like, oh, cool. One of my favorite parts is changing her diapers. I don't know, I just love doing that. Love changing her diapers, big poops, small poops, because she's always calm. And I always tell my wife, it's like she knows that we're taking care of her. She's like, crying, and then you just like, boop, unbutton her onesie, and then she's just like, And the other thing that I like is when she just stares. She loves, because every time, you know, she's a growing baby, everything she sees that's new, she's learning. And she's like, oh, okay, what is this? And I put her in front of my transformers. She loves looking at the ceiling, looking at the ceiling fan, at the ceiling light, at the roof, at the everything that's upwards. So that's another thing that I like. Part of the adjustment is time management, you know. Like, for example, before we watched these shows, our favorite shows on TV, on Netflix, on online streaming it, and now it's just like, okay, now we got to pause it 15 times and take care of the baby. But it's fine, you know, it's just part of an adjustment. With her, it's a little bad when it comes to eating, because, you know, we're eating it every time she goes to eat, the baby starts to cry. So, you know, I always have to remind her, hey, listen, take care of yourself as well, and that way we'll be better equipped to be able to take care of our baby. So it's a learning process. We're first-time parents, and it's very exciting. We have a lot of dreams, and we think of all these things that, oh, what is she gonna be like, you know? But, you know, you want to remember that you want to take it, you want to be patient with it. Don't rush it, you know. Then you're going to be wishing you could still carry her or do all these things. And so we're trying to keep that in mind, and as we go through this learning process of parenthood. But on parenthood, you know, we're blessed to be able to be parents. She's a healthy, happy baby. We thank the Lord for that. She is our firstborn, and Bridget was able to have her naturally, with no epidural, no drugs, no, you know. So that was you know, Bridget was a tough woman. And you know, people ask me all the time, how do you feel? I feel blessed to be able to be a father, be able to be a good husband to my wife, and to be able to be a family, including our dog. You know, our dog loves her. And when the baby's crying, the dog, you know, Snooky, is like concerned, like, oh, what's going on? Is she okay? It's pretty cool. So if you're thinking about being a parent, it's no serious joke. You gotta be prepared spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, and financially to be able to raise a child properly.
I think you also have to, what I've been thinking about a lot is our relationship as husband and wife. You have to have a really strong foundation first before you bring a child into the family, because the child brings so much joy and love and brings you closer together, but at the same time causes a lot of stress, and for each individual, and also just for the home. You know, it's not the same as it used to be. We're not sleeping as much, and we have to work together more than we used to, and communicate even more, and be patient with each other. And that's not always easy when you're tired and you're, you know, in pain or whatever it may be. We have to constantly remind each other to put our relationship first, and that's really hard in the first few weeks. I think it's going to get easier now that things have kind of settled down a little bit for me, especially sleeping a little bit more and feeling better, and that she's eating well, and we kind of got that down. And we have to make time to do things like this as a family, but we also have to make time to do things as a couple, and, you know, be okay with leaving her for a few hours and spending time just the two of us, so that we remember
date nights. Very important, guys. What
our relationship is about before she came along.
Absolutely. It's rough. You know, we're not going to sugarcoat it, but it's wonderful. It's a very interesting dynamic there, but it's great. I take the second shift, so as much because I'm a night owl, I'm a night person, and she's an early bird. So as much as I can, I try to help her at night or in the early dawn time frame when the baby is like, you know, just fed and she needs to be burped and all these things. So it's, you know, like she was saying, it's a foundational thing, and teamwork takes place, because when both of you are supportive of each other, you'll be able to stand strong, you know, to be able to help each other out. All right, so those are our words for today. We're on our way. We're already just crossed the line from Massachusetts to Maine. We're excited. Ken and Bung Pork, here we come. Thank you for watching. God bless your families.